I got this nice little cabinet right here sent to me to make a video about. The nice thing about this little cabinet right here is it's got a power strip on the front right here, and you could also put this power strip underneath here if you wanted to have it out of the way. So yeah, it's really nice how versatile this thing is. All right, let me go ahead and show you a close up here and what this thing looks like. I got my iPad charging up there. And then I got my GoPro batteries charging. Looks like one of them's all charged up. So I almost got these charged up here. I got this plugged into the USB-C here. And then I got this one plugged into the USB. It's got a nice wood top on it. And then it's got a nice wood shelf here. And then it's got a nice wood face here that holds the power strip. There's two 3-prong outlets, a USB-C and two USB outlets there. It's got the nice soft-sided drawers here. Two good-sized drawers. See the nice drawers there. They just slide in on the metal frame. And then it's got nice plastic feet on there. The drawers just slide in really nice. And if you do this configuration right here, then you could mount this flush against the wall. But if you put the power strip in here, then it won't be able to mount flush against the wall like that. I just put it up against the wall here. And one thing I noticed is if you do this configuration, that this sticks out a little bit on the back there. And there are two holes in here if you wanted to put the power strip panel on the front right here. And then that way you could get a flush fit against the back wall there. And here's the other configuration where you have the panel mounted in the front here. And then you can access the USB-C and the USB chargers here. You see the little green light on there. And then you got your two power outlets there to plug things in. And like I said, I think the writing has this flipped reverse, so you can put it this way if this is what you're used to, or you can flip it around the other way. But yeah, this is a pretty nice cabinet here. It's got the nice drawers right here. So yeah, this looks great in my office here. This would also look nice next to your bed in your bedroom, or you could put it in your entryway or next to your couch. So yeah, this cabinet's pretty nice, but it didn't put itself together. All right, let me go ahead and show you how I put it together here. It wasn't too bad. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Here's everything that comes in the box. I got it all laid out on the table here. Comes with some nice metal frames here. Comes with some soft-sided drawers. You just pull these out like this to put the drawers together, and then it's got some holes on there for the handles. Got a little bag of handles here. Comes with some plastic hardware and some screws as well. You get a whole bag of screws. Everything's labeled there. All the screws are labeled, so it should be easy to follow the directions here and put everything together. It also comes with a nice power strip. Comes with a nice little wood frame to put it in. Comes with a couple of more wood pieces here. There's the wood pieces there. And there's the instructions there, shows what it should look like once you get it all put together. It's got the part list and the blow up right here. And then it's just got the assembly instructions there. I'm going to go ahead and get started and put it together real quick here. So that's how it should look here. You got the frame with the rails and the feet on there. So that was step 1 and 2 right there. And now we're going to go on to step 3 where we put the little slats in the top up here. I got out this 532 Allen key. It's got a little bit nicer handle on it than the one that came with it. You can use the one that came with it if you want, but I'm just going to use this one here because it's a little bit nicer. Okay, there's step 3 right there. We got those brackets there with the opened end facing out, and then the part with the screw hole on there facing inside. That was step 3. Now we're on to step 4, where we're going to put the brackets on top of here. I noticed that I made a mistake on here. I didn't have the holes line up right. You can see there's 3 holes right there on this side, and then there's 1 hole on this side and 2 up here. So you want to make sure those line up. So I'm just turning this around here. That way I got the 2 holes here, 1 hole here, and then the same thing on the other side there. Now I can just screw these back in here. So now we're going to put the top shelf and then the back panel that the power strip goes into. We're going to put those two pieces on next. All right, I'm just going to screw these in with the Allen key real quick. All right, I got those all screwed in. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the back piece in. It's going to go on the part with the two holes in it. Looks like the screw holes would go on the inside. So it should fit on there just like that. And then it's just got two screws on each side. All right, I got those all tightened up. We're making progress here. Got the shelf on here. We got the cabinet right here for the power strip. The next step is to put the top shelf on, and it says we use the C-screws. I'm going to flip this upside down. I think that'll be a little bit easier. I'll be able to see it a little better. All right, there we go. I got all those screws all tightened up. Now for the next step, I'm going to put the power strip in here. It looks like there is writing on here, so this would be the top, and this would be the top here, and this would be the bottom. But if you're used to your outlets being the other way, with the two on top and the one on the bottom, you could just reverse it if you wanted to. And then it just says we use little E-screws in here. That was a little bit of a tight angle there. I just ended up using the drill right here. It was a little bit easier for me. All right, now for the next step, we're going to put the drawers together here. It looks like you just unfold the drawers right here, and then you put this in. I'm not sure if there's a top or a bottom. There's a little puller right here, so this would be the top. Pretty nice drawer right there. Same thing over here. And then there's the little pull tab right there. And then I think there's two holes in here, so that's where we're going to put the handle. All right, I got the handles on there nice and tight now. And I think that's it. All I need to do is to put the drawers in, and then it does recommend that you attach it to the wall for safety in case somebody wants to climb on it, in case you have pets or kids that climb on there. They recommend that you attach it to the wall to secure it so that it doesn't get pulled over. One thing I didn't realize here is I got these pieces on here like this, and so I wouldn't be able to put the drawers in. So I think I need to take this bottom piece off and flip it around. Okay, that was a little bit of work to get that off, but I pulled it off, so don't make the same mistake I did. Put it on right the first time. You want the open slats on the front, and then the closed slats on the back here where the power strip is. All right, now I can just put the screws back in, and then I can put the drawers in. All right, I got the screws back in, all tightened up. Now I'm back on track. And I got this opened up right here so that I can slide the drawers in now. Here's how it looks with the drawers in there. And then it's got the power strip right here. Looks like the cord's pretty long there. Should be plenty long enough to plug in. All right, here's how it looks next to my desk. This is with the power strip in the back there. I might flip that and put it in the front to see how that looks there, but it is kind of nice because you have a lot of shelf space there to put things. And here's the other configuration where you have the panel mounted in the front here, and then you can access the USB-C and the USB chargers here. You see the little green light on there, and then you got your two power outlets there to plug things in. And like I said, I think the writing has this flipped reverse, so you can put it this way if this is what you're used to, or you can flip it around the other way. All right, so there you go. That's how I put this thing together. So yeah, this cabinet's pretty nice. I like how versatile it is, how you can put the power strip on the front here like this, or you can put it underneath here if you wanted to do that. And I like how nice this looks next to my desk here. And I also think this would look really nice as a nightstand or next to a couch too. So yeah, it's really nice how versatile this cabinet is.